My near-death experience of profound peace, dying and back. On a crisp Saturday morning, the stage was set for a day filled with snow removal tasks, an important detail to remember. My son and I had a meticulous plan, and I had already communicated to him my intent to tackle the initial 2 customers residing on the eastern riverbank before fetching him. It's worth pondering that had this incident unfolded on a run-of-the-mill weekday, within the confines of Monday through Friday, the narrative could have taken a drastically different turn. Picture it. The daycare center, typically bustling with activity, would have been desolate. A child, wandering amidst the snowy landscape, might have stumbled upon my unconscious form, buried in a snowbank, with fate hanging in the balance. The quirk of fate that this transpired on a Saturday cannot be overstated, as weekends have the daycare facility dormant and devoid of life's daily rhythm. It's imperative to underscore our modus operandi for snow clearance, a manual endeavor driven by the sheer power of human effort, wielding shovels, not the efficiency of machines. It was amidst this laborious chore, at the threshold of the first house, that an indescribable sensation coursed through me. It was as if an invisible thread, an intangible connection, had snapped within the confines of my chest. But let me be clear, this was not an experience marked by agonizing pain. A heart attack was the furthest thing from my mind. My preconceived notion of a heart attack had always revolved around an overwhelming, chest-crushing pressure. However, this inexplicable feeling of unease was unlike anything I had imagined. Without pause, I persevered, resolutely carrying out my duties, ensuring the completion of the driveway. Subsequently, I re-entered the cab of my trusty truck, setting forth on the journey to the next customer's residence. Back in those days, I had a smoking habit, and feeling a tad queasy, I opted for a cigarette. Upon reaching the next job site, I retrieved my trusty shovel from the back of my truck. Cindy, perched by her living room window, caught sight of me and waved a greeting. I reciprocated the gesture and embarked on the journey to her front door. The instant her eyes met mine, she didn't mince words, bluntly commenting on my less-than-rosy appearance. I've always had a peculiar penchant for self-deprecating humor, so I took her observation in stride, offering my gratitude for her rather unique compliment. With unwavering assurance, I conveyed my estimate, about an hour more of work, and reassured her of my intent to collect payment upon completion. Returning to my toil, I commenced shoveling, initiating the task from her porch, and diligently progressing downhill to address the driveway's snowy burden. Upon successfully wrapping up the job, an uninvited wave of nausea surged over me, a sensation akin to a brick wall crashing into my consciousness. Vomiting seemed imminent, my jaw inexplicably ached, and curiously, an electric current sensation traced a path across my chest. It was at this moment that I found myself rapping on Cindy's door, ushering in a series of events that would alter the course of the day. It's worth noting that Cindy had encountered her own heart attack ordeal a couple of years prior, granting her an uncanny proficiency in recognizing the ominous signs. In this critical juncture, she extended to me one of her precious nitroglycerin pills and 2 baby aspirin, followed by a call to the ambulance. Even then, I hadn't fully embraced the notion that a heart attack might be unfolding within me. I dialed my wife, apprising her of my ailing condition and the impending hospital visit. Assurances flowed from me, assuring her that all would be well and urging her not to harbor undue worry. I'd maintained contact. In retrospect, my wife remarked on the disconcerting calmness that pervaded my tone, almost excessively serene given the gravity of the situation. Subsequently, I dialed my son, narrating the unfolding saga and entrusting him with the responsibility of completing the remaining snow removal assignments in my stead. The next chapter in my memory unfolds as the fire department arrives, my son hot on their heels. Shortly thereafter, the ambulance makes its entrance. By this point, the icy fingers of fear have begun to tighten their grip, and a grim realization dawns. I'm facing something profoundly amiss. I recall the poignant exchange where I passed my truck keys and wallet to my son, a poignant gesture laden with unspoken affection and love, my way of ensuring he knew the depth of my feelings. Then the ambulance, a sanctuary of uncertainty, engulfs me, and for the first time, a haunting truth invades my thoughts. I may not emerge from this ordeal unscathed. I reach out to God, seeking forgiveness, my voice carrying a heartfelt prayer, an utterance to the cosmos, indifferent to any eavesdroppers. The ambulance journey mostly fades into a blur of hazy recollections, yet the siren, which should have been a cacophonous intrusion, registers as curiously subdued within the vehicle's confines. As consciousness drifts, I find myself thrust into a realm of obscurity, unaware of the precise moment of hospital admission. Nonetheless, a stark awareness underscores my waiting game. My wife must arrive. I'm driven by an urge, a compelling necessity to ensure she comprehends the profound depths of my love and to proffer my contrition for any turbulence my predicament may have caused. I'm adrift, my destination uncertain, but urgency courses through my veins. A journey beckons, and my wife must grasp the sincerity of my affections. In the ensuing instant, she stands before me, and just like that, I hurtle away from her presence, propelled into the unknown at a velocity that defies comprehension. Her full-sized image, a tangible reality, rapidly dwindles, transformed into a mere speck, and then vanishes, a mere illusion. The sensation of motion envelops me, accompanied by an understated whooshing symphony, unobtrusive, yet ever-present. Describing this experience proves an enigmatic task, for words scarcely seem adequate to encapsulate its essence. A tunnel illuminated by an ethereal light remains conspicuously absent from my recollection. Nonetheless, an all-encompassing tranquility, a profound warmth, and a purity of peace suffused the entirety of my being. In that poignant instant, I comprehended my own demise, and a solitary thought emerged from the depths of my consciousness. This isn't all that bad. An intriguing paradox resides within this tale, an internal struggle, torn between staying with cherished family and departing from the enigmatic realm that cradled me. Elucidating this sentiment proves a formidable task, for the encounter I recount stands as the most exquisite I've ever known. A profound tranquility enveloped me, akin to immersion in an ocean of pure love. Perhaps this portrayal resonates solely within my own understanding, an idiosyncratic facet I readily accept. The recollection doesn't yield a blinding luminance or a comprehensive life review. Instead, it's an enduring impression of absolute love and peace. Even now, 2 years hence, I retain a vivid connection to that profound wellspring of love and serenity. Trust me when I say, it's a beauty that eludes the grasp of words. In the words of my wife, a remarkable transformation unfurled as I uttered those 3 words, "I love you." She recounts the vivid departure of colors from my form, supplanted by an enigmatic gray line ascending from my feet to the pinnacle of my head. Simultaneously, a cacophonous symphony of alarms and signals heralded my flatline. Technically, I traversed the realm of the deceased for roughly a minute, necessitating multiple interventions with the defibrillator paddles to stir me back to life. Before this transcendental experience, I often contemplated the visage of death. Now I can profess first-hand knowledge of its countenance. It's not a fervent yearning to hasten towards this inevitable juncture, but rather a newfound absence of trepidation towards its eventual arrival. I've glimpsed the enigma that awaits on the other side. And thus, we draw the curtain on today's extraordinary tale. Please, do feel at ease to bestow your reflections within the comments section below. Until our next rendezvous in the realm of video, remember the importance of safety and remain open to the blessings that grace your path.